welcome to the 2022 Super Squad Highlights Show. Hey everyone, I'm Jason Rambo from the Dead Pair Podcast.
And I'm Justin Barker with Shotgun Sports USA, and we are live with a good show tonight. We're going to have a good show.
Oh, yeah. We've got some good guests lined up, too.
Yeah, you can hear, you may be able to hear in the background, a lot of people crowded around for the dinner tonight and for the shoot-off they're going to have. But, hey, we got a lot to talk about, and we're going to talk about it. We got some good shooters coming in.
I'm just glad you're here tonight, Justin. You know, you're running late yesterday.
Yeah.
We chipped in. We went together. We got you a little something for your tardiness. And you're going to have to wear this shirt
okay.
from the rest of the weekend, okay?
I can wear this green shirt on the green course tomorrow when I shoot it. So
what course did you shoot today, Justin?
I shot the orange course, and actually shot the orange course pretty good. I missed 5 targets on one stand, but hey, I came back. I ended up with a 67 out of 75, and I feel like I did pretty good for the day. You, on the other hand, shot the green course, which is going to be the main course for tomorrow for these guys in the Super Squad.
I did, and you know, it's just like they talked about. It is going to be death row. Stations 6 through 10 are definitely separator stations, and you know it's going to cause some drama coming down the stretch. So I'm interested to see what they do.
Okay, 6 through 10. You said it's death row. Tell me why is it called death row?
You know, the targets, they're not over the top, but they're good, challenging targets. A lot of crossing shots, a lot of tower shots, and some distance to them too.
Yeah. All right. So if you compared it to previous courses that you shot, you would say this one would be harder, correct?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a step up. Again, nothing over the top. You could see everything really well. But, you know, it's interesting because my start time tonight was just like it's going to be for the Super Squad tomorrow. And when I came down one side of the road, I had the sun behind me, but when I turned the corner and went down the other side of the road, the sun was at me. So it's going to be interesting to see how these pros and these super squads handle that challenge of sun. Who knows what the wind's going to do? It's Texas. You never know, right? So,
well, I'll tell you what, let's look at some scores. Let's check out scores for the day. No? I got it. All right, here we go. We got some scores for today. We're talking about the green course tomorrow. We're talking about the courses the guys shot for the past week. And we've got some names up there. Look at that. We've got Zach, Theo, Anthony on down the list, and we got some very good names. And we got some of these guys here tonight. Before we get too far into this, we're going to cover some stuff with Anthony when he comes up here. I want to give a big thanks to the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame Museum. That's where we're sitting at. That's where we're recording this at. And I'd like to give a big thanks to them, the NSCA, for letting us do this here. If you've never been here before, you need to come by and check this out. It's got everything from the history of the NSSA and the NSCA all packed in this one building. And it's really cool to see the history of the sport.
And you got to take a look at this firsthand today.
I did.
Very cool.
Yes, it's neat.
Let's go ahead, if we could, and check this out. I mean, this is very interesting. I think everybody will like this for sure.
Okay. The Hal DuPont NSSA NSCA Museum and Hall of Fame houses the artifacts of the NSSA and the NSCA and honors the recipients of the association's most prestigious awards. It is located on the expansive grounds of the National Shooting Complex in San Antonio, Texas. The museum displays artifacts and exhibits on skeet and sporting clay's history, from the equipment used to the shooters who have excelled at both disciplines. It is the largest and most complete display of skeet and sporting clay's history in the country. On October 6, 2021, the museum was renamed and dedicated to Hal DuPont, one of the most important and influential members and leaders in the history of the NSSA and NSCA. Thanks to the generosity of industry sponsors and donations and efforts of individual members, your Hal DuPont Museum and Hall of Fame is one of the most comprehensive and aesthetically pleasing facilities of its type. Please make plans to visit during your next trip to the National Shooting Complex. You see that smiling face on that screen, right?
That's the reigning champion, and we're going to get him on here in a little bit. Right now, we've got another former champion. Anthony Matarese is about to join us. This is going to be good, because if anybody can get it done, it's this man right here.
That's right. They're allowing him 5, maybe 8 minutes to talk, but he's going to come in here. I've never seen Anthony talk for 5 minutes. We're going to try to make him talk for 5 minutes. So come on in, Anthony.
Thank you, guys.
Got enough room, or you need me to scoot over?
We're good.
You good? There's your mic right there.
What's up, Ant? How'd it go today?
It went okay. I've been kind of shooting average. Nothing spectacular, but just kind of holding my own.
Now tell me what your average is, because your average and my average are two totally different things.
When I say shot average, I didn't really miss too many that I shouldn't have, but I let a few go that were kind of missable birds, and you need to hit a few more of those if you're going to win the national championship.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony, you've done this before. You've won the national championship. What changes from year to year for you coming into this event? Is it mindset? Is it preparation? Where you are right now, do you think you can still pull this off? How do you go about your mindset for this?
It's a good question. I mean, each year is a little bit different, just depending on how confident you are coming into the event. I have historically come into the event very confident. I've come into the event not as confident as I should be. So it really just depends. I feel more confident than ever in my shooting the last 2 years, really. So, I think I'm 4 birds behind, and, that's one good station on a tough stand and somebody else having a bad one. So, I'm going to go out there and hit every one that I can, and, I hope everybody shoots well, but I hope I'm on top.
You told me a couple years ago that you're coming back, and you're coming back strong, and you've done it. And this year, I mean, every year that you shoot is good, but these past few years, you've really come on. I've seen you at all the shoots, and you're really the guy that I've always thought you were, the champion, the man that could just win anything. But over these past few days, what courses have given you issues, or what are you expecting to overcome or have the issue with on the green course?
So we shot the yellow course on the first day, and I missed 3 birds, and they were kind of all missable, so I was happy. I shot 72, should have hit 1 or 2 more. Yeah. Yesterday we shot on the red, and in a little bit windy conditions. I shot pretty well. I really screwed up one stand. I missed 3 birds on station 1, just with a slight lack of plan. I was a little bit undecided, and stepped in there as the first shooter up and really had a little bit of doubt about how quick I was going to shoot the first bird. And, I know better, but, when the pressure's on, sometimes it can get the best of us. And I ran out the last 3 stands and shot 70, which turned out yesterday to be an okay score, but that was my opportunity. I should have shot 72 or 3 yesterday. And then today I shot 71 on the orange, which, someone said, how'd you shoot? I said, I shot just okay. I didn't really hit a couple of harder birds that I should have, but I didn't really give away any easy ones either. Yeah. So kind of just hanging, I'm just kind of hanging steady, so have a big day tomorrow, and we'll see what happens.
I mentioned earlier that you're a former national champion. Do you think it's harder to get that second one than it was the first one, or is there any kind of pressure there whatsoever?
I don't know, man. It's hard to get anything. There's a lot of really good shooters. I've been second and third in the national championship, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 times. I've only won 1. I was second or third like 5, 6 years in a row. So it's hard to win because somebody has a really good couple days. So if someone shoots two steady days and 2 really good days, it's very difficult to win. So I'm going to go out there and hit every one that I can. I'm not going to be nervous. So I think that's an advantage. So yeah, I'm going to hit every one I can, and we're going to see what happens on tomorrow evening.
So being the champion and being runner-up, what is the difference in the two, other than being the champion and runner-up, that makes that person win versus makes the person be a runner-up?
I think, to be honest with you, a lot of things have to go right for you. Just, as an individual, you have to get a good night's sleep. You have to be, one bad stand, one bad decision, and you Dutch a pair, and that changes the outcome of potentially the whole tournament. You're talking about, Zach Kienbaum's leading the tournament right now. He's missed 5 birds yesterday, and he missed 3 birds today. So he's only missed 8 birds out of 225. I'm only 4 birds away. So that's one bad stand away. Right. So, but he's one bad stand away from being behind me as well.
Yeah. Well, speaking of those birds, what's your overall take from everything you've seen so far? I mean, obviously you still got one more course to go, What's your overall take on the targets this year?
I thought they did a very good job on the birds I've seen so far. They're the right difficulty level for the group as a whole. I don't think there's anything on either of the 3 courses that we shot that for the very best guys in the country, or really we have the best guys in the world here. I don't think there's anything that was outside of what they should hit. I mean, if somebody was on their game, we could have a 73 to 75 on any of those courses. I hear tomorrow's a little bit tougher, but I thought the courses were great.
Well, and it's the targets that are coming up on the green course tomorrow. Have you heard anything about it? Are you expecting anything out of it?
I heard they're a little bit more difficult. I heard, they're going to use the green course as the one that kind of make the last day interesting, which is awesome for me. If I was 4 behind and we were going into the orange course or the red course or any of the courses, I really don't feel like I'd have as good of a chance to win. But, if on a course where they're difficult, somebody has 2 bad stands in a row and you run them, that's a game changer, so we could, anything can happen. So
Yeah.
I think it makes it more interesting.
right.
I think it's awesome.
So, on another note, congratulations on being awarded the 2024 World English.
Yep.
Got anything cool in store for us there? Anything you want to talk about?
We're going to work really hard at it and get a good game plan together. Nothing particular that I have for you yet, but the 2024 World Sporting Clays Championship will be at M&M, and we hope to see you there.
Awesome. Well, Anthony, good luck the rest of the week. Congratulations on all your success. Excuse me.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Ant. Appreciate
See
you,
you.
bud. Let's take a look at some of these. We got Grace Callahan coming up here in just a second. Let's look at the women's scores right here. So we got the top 3, Halen Haints, Karen Shedd, Desi Edmonds. That's not... I mean, there's plenty more that can just jump up in that spot.
It's still tight.
Yeah, it's a really tight race right now.
That's incredible, because the women and the men are both in like a deadlocked heat race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is incredible. And, probably the most fun person. You cannot have a bad day and be around Grace Callahan.
Right.
So I'm excited to bring her in. Come on in here, Grace.
Yeah, come on in, Grace.
So this girl right here has to be what was your nickname? The sweetheart of sporting clays? Isn't that what somebody deemed you as?
I think that's what they say.
Well, welcome to the show, Grace.
Thank you very much.
Who is this guy?
This is Sheba. This is my little rescue Boston Terrier that I bring to all the shoots with me.
I'm surprised your dad don't have her right now.
He usually does, and I think he was sick of babysitting her the last week. We've been here since Sunday.
So, Grace, what do you think? How has the targets been for you? How do you think your performance has been so far?
I'd like to say that I started strong, but I didn't. So we're getting stronger each day on the main anyway. I felt pretty confident about my score that I threw up today on the 5 stand. I think it was 1 or 2 birds short. I was really happy with the way I finished VTAS. Shot that on Wednesday. K-Cup got a little spicy. Super Sport was super sporty. So now we just have the main left. Having fun.
Yeah. So the past 3 courses that you've shot, shooting on the Super Squad with all the women, how has that been?
Number one, it's awesome. When you turn around and you have a squad of like 4 women and it goes like 4 deep squad wise, and then this way there's another squad of 4 women. It's like, it's cool. There's I mean, it's also the women's rotation, but I'm pretty sure there's more women out there than men on my squad. So I think it's cooler. It's a different, I would say it's a different like vibe. I feel like I've never had that type of intensity on the female end of things. So it makes me go a little more fierce. I like it. I think it's a really cool format that we're trying this year. I'm really pleased with the way that you guys, or the NSCA changed up things.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think that's going to end up being good for the NSCA and for the competition to keep everybody on the same playing field. I think it's really neat, and it's something to watch. These guys back at home can see and watch if they can't be here. So it's
yeah, I agree. And the recaps you guys are doing is awesome.
Oh,
all the live streams, everything. It's my family back at home. Not everybody can come out for this long, so it's cool that we can like recap them without them actually being here.
Well, we're trying to get used to these cameras pointed at us.
I know.
We're
I
not
keep kind
used
of
to
looking
that,
both
right?
ways, so I don't have to stare at it.
I got an ultimate question for you. Obviously, you'd love to win the ladies championship. How long before you think we see a lady HOA on top of everybody, men and women?
Whatever you think, it's going to be sooner than that. Any length of time
That's a
you
good
think
answer.
it'll be, it's going to be sooner than that. I have had to elevate my game with the ladies competition lately. It's fierce and it's incredible, and I actually a couple weeks before I came out here, I tied for HOA down at Anthony's place for the Delaware River Classic.
Awesome.
I'll be honest, lost my shoot off, but time for HOA is
That's all right. That's
I was
all right.
pretty proud. I shot a
That's-
96. I was very happy with
That's
the way.
awesome. That's very respectable.
Wish it carried on through here on my first day. My last 2 days have been better than my first, so it's always it's a marathon, 4 days, man.
So I know your program personally, and you have a very serious mental preparation that you use coming into these shoots, any shoot. Would you like to talk about that? What do you do to prepare yourself?
Overall, there's a lot that goes into it, so that's a loaded question, but I do definitely get myself involved in the Dawn Grant mental training program. I do a lot of her meditation on the course, off the course, but her courses really delve into why you're doing that meditation. I've explained to a lot of people how it's a full life commitment, so it's something you're going to have to make conscious decisions on outside of your shooting so that it can translate into your shooting, and I've really took hold to it in the last year, and I'm very happy with the results.
All right, green courses tomorrow.
Can't wait.
Okay, the monster.
Can't
right?
wait.
What do you think about it? What have you heard about it? What are you expecting?
I'm not afraid to be challenged. I like a challenge. That green course is going to actually be set by my coach back at home, and I know what he's capable of, which is good and bad. So I do and I don't know what I'm getting myself into because he's quite maniac sometimes. I'm excited. It's going to be one target at a time.
Yep.
One target.
Grace, thank you for coming on.
Thank you
We
guys for
appreciate
what
it.
you're
very
doing.
much.
We appreciate you
Hey,
guys.
You keep Mama in line there out on the course, okay?
Oh,
Someone's got
that's
it.
the golf
there
cart
you
buddy
go.
right there.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So, the women, I think that the turnout this year at Nationals for women are just unbelievable.
Oh, it's awesome.
And the amount of talent here, I get beat by them all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the women shooters that are out there right now are definitely, they're just as good as most of the men.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm really looking forward to them to being on top
Well, you know
when
the
that's coming.
saying we had when we were kids, you just got beat by a girl.
Yeah.
It seems to happen all the time
Yeah.
at these
Yeah.
big events
Right.
because there's so many ladies out there that can get it done with the men. And I think that was a good question to ask, Gracie. When do you think we're going to see an HOA as a woman and not just
Well,
a
they've
separate-
had HOA. Women's won several, I think, FETAS shoots and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
no, I mean,
but
as
when
a
they come to
national
the national
champion,
level,
yeah.
that'd be awesome to see.
Yeah, I think it's
So,
coming. I think we're going to see it sooner than later.
We got another guy that's going to come on here with us, and a matter of fact, he was last year's national champion, and we're really looking forward to talking to him. He is the local Aggie here, Texas A&M, Joe Finizzi. Joe, come on over here and let's talk to you for a second. Now then.
The reigning national champion.
Yeah, he was last year's national champion, coming back to get to pick that up, get the title again.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me today. Really looking forward to this, and I really appreciate this opportunity. It's going to be a
Yeah,
lot
man,
of
it's
fun.
glad to have you here. School, you're at school 100% of your time, basically,
Yes, sir.
or shooting. How does that play a part in your ability to perform here at the top level?
Yes, sir. So I am a full-time student at Texas A&M University. I'm in my sophomore year there, and I've really been enjoying college. It's been a great experience, but I care a lot about clay shooting. It's a huge priority of mine. So, trying to be a full-time college student, being involved on campus, being in clubs and being involved there in College Station where the university is, and also trying to be a full-time shooter here in the NSCA, and also competing at international events, and also competing in the collegiate division. At times it has been a struggle. It is hard, it can be difficult, but it's been a great experience because I've been able to learn how to compartmentalize and be present at whatever task is presented at hand. And through trial and error and through a lot of experience, I've actually gotten a lot better at it and really enjoyed it. And even though it's a challenge, it's helped me grow a lot as a person, and kind of learn how to focus on whatever's at hand, and trying to make the most out of it and trying to enjoy every second of it. But it's been fine. I don't think it's cut into any of my shooting. A lot of people thought that when I went to college it was going to be really tough for me to continue competing at a high level, but I think it's been the exact opposite. I think it's helped me. It helps me stay fresh. I have my college life, I have my shooting life, and they actually mend together really well.
Good.
Well, talk about growing up at Quail Creek. Your mom and dad also are absolutely the founders and a huge part of the Gator Cup.
Absolutely, yes,
And
sir.
you were surrounded by clay targets all the time. Now, I know a lot of kids that have grown up in different disciplines, similar environments, and they want nothing to do with it. They want to get away with it. But man, you really got passionate about it, found a love for it. Talk about that for a second.
Absolutely. So, when I was younger, a lot of people told me, kind of growing up there at Quail Creek in Okeechobee, Florida, a lot of folks were like, I know you're doing a little bit of this clay shooting right now, but in the upcoming years, you're going to get burned out on it. You're not going to like it by the time you get to be about 12 or 13 years old. And I really did hear that quite a bit. But deep down, I just knew that I had such a good opportunity growing up there at Quail Creek. I mean, it was just such a great place, an amazing facility. So many amazing people were there. That's the main thing that I always tell folks is I was surrounded by so many great people, and I realized the opportunity that I had at hand. And clay shooting is something that I have an absolute burning desire for. It's a passion that I have. I look back on my life up to this point, 19 years. I think about the people I've been able to meet, the places I've been able to go, and just the things I've been able to learn that clay shooting has offered. It's something that I wouldn't want to miss out on. And, it's taught me so much about life. And, I love to compete. I love to compete. I love to win. I hate to lose. And I had such a great chance to be a good sporting clay shooter that I didn't want to let that go. And I started competing, started finding some success, thanks to so many people who helped me along the way. But you're right, I still had to have that passion deep down. I had to be willing to work for it. And, when all those things come together, it can be a pretty good, result for success. And I'm still fortunate enough to be competing now, now that I'm in college, after I've left Florida. And I look forward to competing for many years to come. And I love sporting clays, and I owe the world to it.
Well, Justin and I talk about it all the time on our shows. There's not a finer group of people than what you'll find around a clays course.
Absolutely.
And you got to grow up in that environment.
I did.
And it probably helped shape you a little bit, didn't it?
Oh, certainly, without a doubt. No question about it.
I know there's one thing you don't do is tell Joe he can't do something because he's going to go do it.
He goes, I was going to ask him, all the people that told him he got burned out, did you give them a call last year when you won the national championship and say, hey, guess what? I'm not burned out yet?
No, I try to not bother anybody who says things like that. If they were silly enough to think that, hopefully that, if they happen to see the outcome, good. And if they don't, doesn't matter anyhow. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm going to focus on doing the best that I can at whatever presents itself and, keep going.
So
You're definitely in the running for this year's national championship. Okay, we're not going to talk about the scores. How important is it for you to win the national championship 2 times in a row?
Oh, of course, competing and winning is what all people want to do when they're performing, at whatever sport it is. I absolutely love winning, and I absolutely hate losing. So to answer your question, it means the world. It means the world to compete. But, as the competitor going into the final day, I can't focus on the outcome. I can't focus on the result. You can't tell yourself, this is what I want to happen. This is how I want this to play out. You just have to focus on the task at hand, doing everything you can to the best of your ability. And however it ends up shaking out, it shakes out. There's a lot of great competitors here. There's a lot of really good shooters from across the country and the world. We're all here competing. This is what makes the national championship so unique. It is the challenge that it presents all of us competitors. It's 4 days. Anybody can get hot for a day or two, come away posting a couple big scores and win a tournament. But the national championship presents us with the challenge of competing for 4 days over 4 courses with 300 targets. And that can be really difficult to preserve that high level of performance for that long. But that's why we love it. That's why we're here. That's why people keep coming back year after year after year and looking forward to the national championship being the last big tournament of the year here in the United States to wrap everything up. So to answer your question, it would mean the world. But as of right now, going into the final day, I don't think too much about that. I just think about let's go out, let's shoot every bird we can. It's one course at a time, one station at a time, one pair at a time, one clay at a time.
There you go.
Well, you're very process oriented, so I can understand that mindset.
Yes,
talk about the targets thus far compared to last year when you won. What do you think of the targets that you shot so far?
The Nationals always presents, quite a variety. That there's so many targets that we shoot. 300 targets is a lot of birds, so the target setters get a chance to throw us, anything, different angles, distances, speeds. The conditions always come into play here at the National Championship. This time of the year here in San Antonio, we always get presented with a little bit of wind. We get an early rotation where the weather might be chillier. Sometimes the sun at different times of the day. It can all be a challenge, but, every bird counts for the same. Every bird is one target, whether you hit it or miss it. And, the clays have been good. The presentations have been great, as always. And, we'll just see how it shakes out. Everybody focuses on what they can do. This is not like a football or a basketball where you have one opponent, you focus on them, and, you can try to manipulate the outcome by attacking them or trying to stop them from doing what they're going to do. This is an individual sport. you know, when I'm out there shooting, I'm going to focus on doing what I can to the best of my abilities. And, you know, my competitors are going to do the best that they can. And whoever shakes out on top, and that's how it is that day, you know, and that week in that tournament. So really excited to be here.
All right, last question. We'll let you go. The green course, we've asked everybody about the green course. What have you heard about it? What are you expecting? What are your thoughts going into it?
You know, I've heard some people saying things here and there. I try to not pay too much attention to what folks are saying, you know, because everybody has different opinions. But at the end of the day, I'm going to approach this course tomorrow the same way I do every other tournament and every other courses. You know, one clay at a time, whether they're big presentations, small presentations, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. You have to approach every single target the same with the same mentality, you know, the same approach, the same mindset. And try to block out what everybody else is saying. Sometimes people say things that kind of trip you up, and you try to rely and lean on that. But that's not the, you know, the right approach that people who are trying to compete at a high level take. So, you know, I've heard people saying certain things, but I'm just super excited because the stakes are high. There's going to be a lot of pressures. You know, there's going to be people watching. The cameras will be on. The lights will be bright. But as competitors, that's what we love. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm super excited. And I can't wait. I mean, I'm itching to get out there tomorrow, and it's going to be an amazing experience. So thank you guys, and can't wait to get out there on Sunday.
We'll be there to capture all of it, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to it. Well,
Thank you very much for spending a few minutes with us.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. I know you got to go back and get ready for tomorrow, so we'll let you go. But
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, and good luck to you
Appreciate
tomorrow.
it, Mr.
Yeah, I'm going to do an
Rambo.
Aggie
Mr.
yell when I
Walker.
see Joe.
That's right. You better start practicing because there's a lot of them.
All right.
Gig 'em. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you. All right, so we've talked about all the green course. We've talked to some of the best shooters that are here, and we have got the guy that is behind the green course, the idea where it came from, the designer, and why he's done it. And we're going to bring him in right now, Mr. Neil Chadwick. We need a translator somewhere for this. Here, there's your pink microphone, Neil.
Pink microphone.
How you doing?
Good.
How's the week been for you?
Tiring.
So this man right here is in charge of what's your title here at the national championship?
Shoot chairman.
Shoot chairman, and you're the one that basically helps getting the courses lined up and getting the target setters lined up and stuff like that. So talk about your thoughts going into the national championship on how you planned out each one of these courses, and for the green one to be the hardest one.
I wanted to change it up this year because of the Super Squad. The filming of the Super Squad, it gave us an opportunity to put a different perspective on the whole shoot.
Yeah.
So because we knew that the Super Squad was going to finish on a particular course,
Right.
I thought, okay, let's make that a little bit harder so that it gives them the opportunity to either jump up a place or lose a couple of places. So consequently, I wanted to put on an easier course.
Right.
However, that didn't work out as planned.
All right, so talk about what you mean why it didn't work out as planned.
Well,
Because you can't tell which one's the easiest, can you?
I can.
Which one is it?
Well, it should have been the red. And it was. If I ran the numbers for the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and the average for the red course was 71.6.
Mm-hmm.
That's changed.
What is it now? He's got his notes here, people. He came prepared.
68.23.
Oh,
So it went down.
Well, and you got to understand, we look at the weather forecast for the following week. Up until the weekend, the weather said the wind was coming out the south the whole week.
Right.
Well, it didn't do that, did it?
No. No, it didn't.
Yesterday, when the Super Squad shot the red, there was a pretty good gale coming out the northwest, wasn't there?
Yep.
It messed,
that's the way it was coming,
messed things
sounds
up.
good. Yeah, there was a couple
So-
targets out on that red course for sure that grabbed a hold of that wind. The wind grabbed a hold of them and pushed the targets way out, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay because it's wind. It's the wind. You can't control that, and you can't control where the target's going to be when they go up in the air.
That's true. So it's ended up with basically yellow with an average. I took the top 30 scores from today,
Yep.
the top 30.
All right.
Okay, so the orange today shot at 69.9, and the yellow shot at 69.9. And like I said, the red shot at 68.27. So we've had a flip. Orange and yellow are now the two easiest courses.
Right.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
You would?
Yes.
Did you shoot them?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yes, I did.
so, I mean, it all evens out in the wash. Green is definitely the toughest son of a bitch.
Well, tell us about the green. Tell us what's going to be on the green tomorrow, what we need to be looking for. We're going to be out there with all these guys. So tell us what we need to be looking for.
Okay,
What stations?
No,
Okay, no stations.
no. I'm going to blame it all on Joe Skull.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
I asked Joe, I said, Joe, let's set a sort of a tough one. So he did the initial set, and it was good. Then I got involved, and we tweaked a little bit here and there. You will see some longer targets, some faster targets, some very technical targets.
Okay.
I don't want to go into individual targets because you just had Joe on. What's tough for Joe could be easy for Anthony.
Right.
Right.
So it would be unfair of me to say station 3, the right-hand trap is really hard, when it might be for somebody, but not others.
Yeah. It'd probably be for me.
It would be.
So we are to understand that the last run on the green course is being nicknamed Death Row.
That's good.
So tell us about Death Row. Tell us the thought process going into this. Now, I know you said that, what may pull one person up or down, but when designing the course and the targets, what do you look for in order to create that drama, to create that environment for these shooters?
It was lunchtime.
It was lunchtime.
You've got to put on a variation. Okay, there has to be an intelligent mix of targets for these top shooters to shoot.
Right.
And like I said, some top shooters will find some easy, and the others will find them a little bit tough.
Right.
So you can put on a technical target that they'll all hit. I also have to think about the other class shooters, which was difficult on the green, and that's why I sort of publicized, if you like, that the green is going to be the hard course. I wanted all the other class shooters to know that they were going to go into something and they were going to get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
I mean, they did.
Right.
But they had fun on the other courses. So the green course is very technical, fast, some distance on some of them, and with the wind coming out the northeast, it's actually eased it up a little bit, out the northwest, sorry.
Oh, so it's going to be easy tomorrow. All right, well, good. I'll shoot it tomorrow. First thing.
When you talk about that,
if you shot it, it would still be hard.
Oh, gotcha. That's a fact.
you've seen him shoot.
I've seen him shoot.
You haven't seen me shoot her. With this conversation, we go waves.
Next question.
Do you have a number in mind that you want to see these shooters? Like, I don't want to see any 75s. I want to see a high score of a 73. Or what do you think the high score should be?
No, you really never think that way, although my initial thought on the red was that there would be several 75s. That's what I wanted. Funnily enough, first squad out on the Saturday morning, one of the guys in the first squad shot 75 straight. That's been the only one. That's been a little bit of a disappointment because I would have expected more if red had remained the easier course.
I got a question for you.
Go on then.
All right, you're in the Hall of Fame, right?
Well, I'm outside the Hall of
Well,
Fame.
you're outside, but you're listed. You're hanging on the wall in there,
Correct.
right? So, how easy was it for you getting from Australia up here? I mean, is that where you're from?
Oh,
You
the
know,
show
I
just
have the
took a turn.
ability to DQ you.
Yeah, but I can't. What we talked about the other day? I could do what? I'm in the car business. Arbitration is what I'm thinking about. What's it called? I can go back and argue with you. I got to
Right.
pay $100 to argue with you.
You can protest.
Yeah, protest. That's what
Right.
it's called. Yeah. So, tell us a little bit of the history about yourself. How you got here from Australia, or wherever you're from. Where are you from? Ireland.
England.
England.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Tell us how you got here.
By plane. Well, you think I came over on a boat?
Well, I didn't know. That's why I asked. What led you over here? Serious question.
Okay, serious question, serious answer. I worked for IBM for many years, and late 80s they were laying off 250,000 people worldwide. I was one of them. I'd met some Americans. I used to do a lot of work on American Air Force bases in the UK and was invited over. One thing led to another, and I started importing European ammunition from Europe, obviously, here. And that's what happened in '91.
Yep. Rest is history, ain't it?
Rest is history.
You want to go back?
No.
Ever somebody get him a ticket? We're going to send him back after the shoot. So tomorrow we're going to be on Station 10, right? Out there on the green course. You got a nice little stand built on Station 10. You mind if we get you on the side during the shoot and have a little talk with you?
Sure, sure.
Good.
One thing about the green course.
Okay.
The Super Squad today, there were so many people watching that it caused traffic jams. So what we've done is we've made a parking area for golf carts and buggies behind Station 10. We'll be stopping all the buggies coming into that course and saying, if you're a shooter, carry on. But if you're spectating, we'd like you to park your buggy in that area and walk around the course. It's a short course, it's not a long walk, but that would just keep the traffic down and enable all the competitors to get to their course, to get to their stations within a reasonable amount of time.
So just make sure you duck. If you're parking behind Station 10 right there, you might want to duck before you walk around because a shot fall might get you, right? All right, anyway, I appreciate you coming on with us.
Anytime.
Yeah,
Anytime.
we'll get you tomorrow too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
I think, let's just cover, hold on.
Let's cover some
Okay,
stuff.
we got Zach at 217.
Whoa, is that scores?
Yeah.
We can't talk about scores.
Oh, we can't?
No.
Why is that?
They don't want to hear no scores. Go talk about scores? Talk about them then.
Okay, Zach 217, Theo 215, Anthony 213, Jonathan 212, and Brandon Powell at 212. So we've got a spread of 5.
Yep.
I think any one of them can change position.
I agree with that 100%.
For sure.
Go ahead.
If they don't go to bed early enough tonight, they might change automatically when they
That's
start
true.
tomorrow.
On the ladies' side, Halen 208, Karen 208, Desi 207, Ashley 203, and Laura 203.
It's close.
It
5
is.
targets.
You know, they will increase their own pressure on themselves because of the situation that they're shooting in.
Yep.
And all you guys filming, and I think it's going to be really exciting.
I do too. So.
Yeah. Go ahead, Justin. I'm
All
sorry.
the leaders tomorrow, just for those of you watching, and Neil already knows this, will be squatted together tomorrow. So the leaders that we're talking about right here will be squatted on Station 1 and hopefully end up around at Station 10 at the end of the shoot while we're there. And we're just assuming that one of these guys are probably going to be the national champions. And we look for, it could change though. We never know.
It could.
It could change.
Oh, yeah, it could do.
All right, Neil.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Okay, great.
Mr. Chadwick,
Thanks.
thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it very much. And
Thanks for the time.
We're definitely going to catch up with you again tomorrow.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, let's have another chat.
We'll
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
Okay, good.
All right. Thank you, Neil.
Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Bye.
All right. Well, I'm excited about tomorrow.
Oh, I am
I don't know
too.
about you. You are?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I can hang out with that guy all night long. He's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And,
Neil's a great
extremely
guy.
intelligent and has done a great job in clay shooting sports. Owner of Long Range Equipment.
Yeah,
So.
he is. But we're going to be out on Station 10 tomorrow at 3:30 Central Time. And just make sure you tune in for that. And then let's key up this highlights video. Check out the highlights from today, and we'll see you tomorrow at 3:30.
You know, I cannot wait for tomorrow. We're going to have a pre-show starting at 3:15 Central. We're going to follow this drama and this action around the course, and we are going to see who is crowned the 2022 national champion. Make sure you join us back here. If you can't be here on site, make sure you join us right back here on this live YouTube feed. Justin, I'm looking forward to this, man.
3:15. We're gonna start telling jokes and taking names and see who's going to end up finishing number one in the tournament. So
are you gonna lay down who you think's got this or not?
I'm gonna lay down who I think's got it tomorrow, because I got an idea who it's gonna be.
Yeah, I think somebody's gonna be a 3-time. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like it.
We'll see.
But you know what? In all seriousness, all top 5 of the guys he named out, all of them deserve it. They're all hard workers.
Oh, absolutely.
They're all great shooters, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow, 3:15, and we'll see you then.